There's a silent tax we pay in life, a tax that drains our influence, weakens our relationships, and slowly erodes the respect others have for us. And the worst part? Most of us don't even realize we're paying it. It's not money, it's not time, it's our character. Respect isn't demanded, it's not bought, it's earned brick by brick through the way we carry ourselves. And yet, without even knowing it, we sometimes destroy our own foundation. Today we uncover 4 habits that quietly steal respect from your hands, and how the wisdom of Stoicism can help you break free. Because if you do not command your own mind, the world will command it for you. The Stoics believe that true strength isn't found in words, but in action. It's not what you say, it's how you live. Yet so many of us fall into behaviors that cheapen our presence, that make others see us as less. These habits seem small, but like water dripping on stone, they wear away at your credibility until one day you realize people no longer listen when you speak. But there is another way, a way of discipline, of inner control, the way of the Stoic. Let's begin. A man who speaks ill of others reveals more about himself than his victims. Gossip is the currency of the weak. It is a subtle poison, sweet on the tongue, but bitter in the soul. When you speak behind another's back, you betray your own integrity. You show the world that you cannot be trusted, that you are willing to sell someone's dignity for a fleeting moment of attention. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." A Stoic does not waste breath dissecting another's failures. Instead, he rises above them. Gossip is a fire that feeds on whispers, growing wilder with every word. But in the end, it burns the one who speaks it more than the one it is spoken about. A tongue without restraint is like a sword with no master, cutting wildly, wounding recklessly. But the wounds it leaves are not just on others, they fester within. When you gossip, you chain yourself to the very thing you despise. You become consumed by the faults of others, blind to your own. A wise man does not lower himself to the shadows of rumors. He walks in the light of truth, knowing that dignity is built in silence, not in slander. If words must be spoken, let them build, not break. Let them inspire, not injure. So the next time you feel the urge to gossip, ask yourself, does this elevate me? Does this strengthen my mind? Or am I merely indulging in the same weakness I criticize in others? To be respected, speak less of people and more of ideas. A promise is a contract with your soul. Break it, and you break a part of yourself. The unreliable man is like a bridge with missing planks. People hesitate to walk upon it, fearing collapse. If your word is weak, so is your presence. People will smile to your face, but think twice before depending on you. Epictetus taught, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." A Stoic's word is iron. When they say they will do something, they do it. Not because they fear consequence, but because they are anchored in principle. Trust is not shattered in an instant. It erodes piece by piece with every broken commitment, every unfulfilled vow. A man who cannot be relied upon becomes an echo instead of a voice, heard but never truly listened to. Your word should be a fortress, not a sandcastle washed away by the tides of convenience. The unreliable man walks a lonely road, for people grow tired of waiting for someone who never arrives. Let your presence be a foundation, not a fleeting shadow. When you say you will be there, be there. When you make a promise, treat it as sacred. A life of excuses is a life of exile, from trust, from respect, from the deeper connections that only dependability can build. A Stoic does not chain himself to words he cannot uphold. He speaks less, but when he does, the world listens, because they know his word is a bond unbroken. If you wish to be respected, do not speak empty promises. Let your actions prove you. To interrupt is to declare, "My words matter more than yours." It is an act of unconscious arrogance. But a wise man listens more than he speaks. Seneca wrote, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." When you cut someone off, you tell them that their thoughts are unworthy. You break the flow of connection. And over time, people will stop sharing with you. A Stoic knows that silence is not weakness. It is a weapon. The ability to listen, to truly absorb another's words, is a rare strength. Conversations are like rivers. They must flow freely to remain clear, but constant interruption turns them into stagnant puddles, shallow and lifeless. To speak without listening is to fire arrows into the dark, never knowing where they will land, never truly connecting. The man who listens is like a mountain, still, unmoving, yet holding the weight of wisdom within him. Respect is not won by the loudest voice, but by the most attentive ear. When you let someone finish, you offer them dignity. And in return, you receive something priceless: trust. A moment of patience, a pause before you speak, can turn empty noise into meaningful dialogue. Do not rush to fill the silence. Sometimes the silence is where truth resides. Want to be respected? Pause. Breathe. Let others finish their thoughts. And when you do speak, your words will carry the weight of wisdom. A man who complains hands over his power. He becomes a victim, a beggar in his own life. Life is hard. Injustice exists. People will be unfair. But what does complaining do? Nothing. It is the illusion of action, the comfort of the powerless. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Stoic does not whine, he adapts. He faces hardship with quiet resilience. When things go wrong, he does not cry out, "Why me?" but instead asks, "What can I do?" Because every second wasted on complaint is a second that could have been used to build, to learn, to grow. A man who curses the storm does not stop the rain. He only wastes time that could be spent seeking shelter. The world does not pause for those who complain. It moves forward, indifferent, leaving behind those who refuse to walk on their own feet. To whine is to let life happen to you. To act is to take the reins and steer. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The Stoic endures, not because he is numb to hardship, but because he refuses to be ruled by it. Every complaint is a prayer to weakness, a confession that you have surrendered control. The strong do not lament their burdens. They carry them with quiet pride, knowing that struggle is the price of growth. If you wish to rise above, let go of excuses. The weight you carry is not what holds you down. It is how you carry it that makes the difference. Want respect? Stop lamenting your struggles. Face them. Own them. Overcome them. Respect is not given freely. It is forged in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you hold yourself when the world tests you. If you gossip, stop. If you break promises, change. If you interrupt, listen. If you complain, take control. The path of the Stoic is not easy, but it is worthy. And if you begin today, you will wake up tomorrow with a presence that commands not just attention, but true respect. If this message resonated with you, let me know by hitting the like button. Subscribe if you want more content that helps you master your mind and your life. And before you go, there's another video on my channel waiting for you right now. It's on your screen, click it, and I'll see you there. Until next time. And as always, stay stoic.